Hello, everyone. Welcome back. You know what time it is. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, and you are here with the one and only Coach Steele. And welcome to Coach Steele's Finance Training. On today, we have a lot to discuss. We are talking about being suited for financial success. What does that mean to you? To be suited for financial success. To me, it has multiple meanings. For me personally, I don't know what it means for you. But when you are suited for financial success, to me, off top, it makes me feel like, y'all, I'm so excited. Let me calm down. But we're going to dive into that. But I want you all to tell me what it means to you to be suited for financial success in that comment section, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Make sure you write in that comment section what it means to you. Now, when we talk about being suited for financial success, once again, welcome to Coach Steele's Finance Training. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this live so other people can learn about financial literacy. Because here at Coach Steele's Finance Training, we talk about pretty much all things financial literacy. We try to understand and keep the basics when it comes to financial literacy, the backbones, the structure, how to have financial success, but we take the complicated things and we make it simple. We break it down to where everyone can understand on a reasonable level. And so, do we get to cover everything? No, we can't cover everything in one day, but we can talk about some basics. If there's some things that you want me to cover, write it in the comment section and we'll see if we can tackle it or bring on a specialist or an expert who covers that as well. But once again, welcome to Coach Steele's Finance Training. Make sure you go over to the YouTube page, Coach Steele's Finance Training on YouTube, and subscribe. So when we talk about being suited for financial success, and good morning to everyone that's tuned in on today. Thank you. Good morning for all your comments. Thank you for your support as we get this party started. I have a very busy day today, so we're going to make sure that we get this thing covered hopefully in about 30 minutes or less. Suited for financial success. And what does that mean to me? To me, being suited for financial success, one, it means that I am wearing all the right things. I'm suited and booted. I've put on the right things, the right mentality. I've put on the right mindset. There's a lot that goes into it. And so I'm putting on the right things. I'm equipping myself with the right financial tools to get the job done. Ooh, that's good right there. Somebody in that comment section, say you're equipping yourself with the right tools to get the financial job done. And so whatever it is you're trying to acquire, whatever you're trying to do to have success in the financial world, you want to make sure you're suited. So if someone was a plumber or AC guy or car repairman, guess what? When they come to your house or you go to their location to get whatever fixed, when you look at their toolbox, when you look at their tool belt, they are suited and booted to have success with what they need done, with whatever they need to be fixed to accomplish that goal. So think about being suited. And also when I think about I'm suited, I am selected, I am anointed, I'm appointed, I'm suited, I am well for this. I am equipped. It is me that you need if you want financial success. If someone needs a financial coach, guess what? I feel like I'm suited for that. I'm worthy of that cause. And so it has multiple meanings for me. But how do we get suited for financial success? One, if you're listening in, talking to all ages, if you're young, don't wait till you get older to start getting ready for this. And what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we have to start creating good, positive habits. What are some good, positive habits that you can have that help you have financial success on today? What are some things that you can do? And so you have to think about that. One thing that I do is I try not to go. I was one of those people that I didn't mind going to the grocery store every day, every other day, go grab one thing, go grab another, go to the grocery store when I'm hungry. I had to learn certain habits. Try not to go to the grocery store if I'm hungry. And if I do, then I might go to the produce section and grab some fruits and vegetables and things like that. And so maybe you go to the grocery store one time a week, grab everything you need, but before you go, make a grocery list. So you have to develop good habits that are going to help you have financial success as well. Some of you may have your own things that you've come up with that help you have good habits financially. And so here on Coach Steele's Finance Training, we want to be responsible. We want to be good stewards with the money that we have, with the money that we're blessed with. And we have these conversations and discussions to help us grow financially as a community. And having these healthy conversations, you may help someone in the comment section with something that they didn't think of. So good morning as you all are tuning in and coming on in the room. To each and every one of you, I appreciate you spending time and coming to talk with me here on Coach Steele's Finance Training. If you're just tuning in, I'm Coach Steele, and we're talking about being suited for financial success and what that means to you. And another important part of being suited for financial success is setting up your future self for long-term financial success. How do you set up your future self? What are some things you can do to set your future self up for financial success? Your future self might be your tomorrow. It might be your 10 years from now. It might be your 5 years from now. Y'all, I'm pointing backwards, but your future is forward, so it's not backwards. So anyway, when y'all are thinking about that, what are some things you're doing? Some of you may be pouring into a 401k. Some of you may be setting up your emergency fund. Some of you, which is important, very, very important, you might actually be trying to eliminate debt so that you can increase your CF, your cash flow, so that you can invest more, so you can set yourself up for future success. So that's something else I want you guys to think about on today. There are multiple ways to set your future self up for success. Multiple ways, whether it's investing or eliminating bad debt that is getting in the way of you being able to invest like you want to. One of the things that I preach and teach and talk about is eliminating bad debt, especially credit cards, and you got 20+% interest rate being charged on those cards monthly. You all know what I talk about when I say some people may go to the grocery store in January and charge their card for some bread, some donuts, some groceries, you name it. And next thing you know, they still haven't paid that card off, and you're paying interest on the loaf of bread that you bought in January, and now it's September, and you're still paying interest on that dish detergent. You're still paying interest on the dog food. It's costing you way more than what it should because we haven't tackled certain things. There's certain things in your budget that you don't have down packed, that you haven't figured out. There's some timing that's off. You know, we're spending more than what we have coming in. And so those are some of the things that we have to work on. And of course, if you need a financial coach to help set up your budget, get you on track, then reach out to Coach Steele's Finance Training. And you can actually go to my website. It's down there in the ticker. And if you go to that website, it'll show you the services I provide and how you can get started with that. All right, so let's go a little bit further. When you think about your future self, you also want to think about, when do I want to retire? And you all know here at Coach Steele's Finance Training, when we use the word retire, we don't use it the conventional, the regular way that everyone else means when they say retire. Because I believe that you still should be doing something. So anyway, when we talk about your financial freedom date, setting your future self up for success, you should have a financial freedom date. And if you missed what that meant when I say financial freedom date or your financial freedom number, then you can always go to the YouTube channel and watch that video. If you go to the YouTube channel, Coach Steele's Finance Training, and you click on the live tab, you'll be able to go back to last week's video and see what I was talking about when we were discussing learning and the importance of having a financial freedom date. And so we'll do another video about that, of how to set that up, how to have success, how to potentially create an income stacking snowball to get there as well. So you have all had a little bit of time to talk about, how do you set your future self up for success? Some of you may invest in 401ks, IRAs, whether they're Roth IRAs or traditional IRAs. Know the difference between the different types of IRAs, self-directed IRAs. And so there's TSPs, there's 457s, there's 403Bs, there's multiple retirement accounts or tools you can use to set up your future success. Here at Coach Steele's Finance Training, I like creative options, dividend stocks, little ETFs, but most importantly, I love real estate as an option to set my future self up for financial success. All right, so let's go a little bit further. One, when you are talking about being suited for financial success, it does start with the mind. Your mindset. You have to have the right mentality, ladies and gentlemen, about what it is you're trying to do and how to get there. Some of us only know one way to reach our financial goal. And when you begin to study financial literacy, when you begin to study the art of money and currency and this whole field here, when you begin to study it, you learn that there's more than one way to get to the finish line. And so what I try not to do is knock a route that somebody is choosing to take, because you need to study what they're doing, understand what they're doing. Some people like term life insurance. Some people like whole life insurance. And so you have to understand, why are you diving into something and is it applicable for you? Some people like 401k options as a retirement plan. Some people like real estate. And then when you get into real estate, some people like wholesaling. Some people like long-term investing in real estate. Some people like the short-term real estate. Everyone has their own niche and category that works for them. But it starts with the mindset and education. Number one, if y'all are taking notes on today, you need to write mindset and education. Mindset and education. Those two are very, very important if you're going to be suited for financial success. Some of us have tunnel vision, and some of us only think that there's one way to get to the finish line to hit our financial freedom date. And so you have to shift your mindset and think about, you know what? Am I an old dog that can't learn new tricks? And of course, none of us are dogs, we're humans. So it's a phrase, right? And so you don't want to be someone that can't learn something new that can be beneficial for you because you're stubborn. And so I teach a lot of out of the box concepts, mindsets, creative ways to do things to get to the finish line faster. So that way I don't get stuck doing the same thing over and over that doesn't work. And so we have many people that have got caught up in what we call a rat race of life, trying to make it through, trying to figure it out, doing the same thing over and over, but not getting good financial results. Well, guess what? You need to learn to try something new. And of course, we don't want to look at, get rich quick schemes where somebody tells you you're going to have financial success overnight. That isn't always necessarily realistic. Now, anyway, so let's go a little bit further. If you want to shift your mindset and get educated about financial success, you must understand that money is a tool. That's all it is. Money is a tool, and it's not always something that should be rushed to be spent. Sometimes our money is already spent before we get it. Why? Because it starts with the mind. You already know where the money is going before you get it. And sometimes it is dangerous when your money is already going to expenses, bills, and liabilities. It's going places that the money it's not put in a vehicle or a tool where it's set up to return to you consistently. And so many times our money is already spent and it's going out of our circle, out of our pockets, out of our wallets. If you have a purse, it's leaving there never to return again. It's going to someone else. And so when you begin to learn how money is a tool, then you'll start being creative. Then you'll start using, just like a tool, let's say someone who fixes cars and they need a screwdriver or they need a wrench. You'll start using money as a tool. Ooh, I like this right here, to fix your financial situation in a way to where your financial vehicle runs smoothly. And so you have to use money as a tool, just like a car repairman will use tools to fix a car. And so, of course, you got to pay him for doing that, or her. Now, so when we use money as a tool, guys, honestly, one of the easiest things I try to teach and explain to people is Learn how to use that tool, learn how to use that money to buy assets so that the assets pay for your liabilities, so that the assets pay for your lifestyle. And anybody can do this. And so what you have to do when you're struggling when you're struggling mentally to understand certain concepts, guess what? Start small. Start small and work your way up. And so, one of the things I tell people when you want to use your money as a tool, guess what? Stop using a regular savings account and get a high yield interest savings account. Why do I say that? One, because in my description, you can click the link and open up a high yield interest savings account that is FDIC insured. But you're using your money as a tool to make interest. So you're starting small with the concept so that you can eventually grow into using it on a larger scale. But we have to start somewhere and we have to show proof of concept. And so I'm interested to see, how do you all use money as a tool? How do you invest in assets? That way, the assets can help pay for your liabilities. You might be in real estate. You may have invested in your own business. You might be an entrepreneur. In that comment section, how to use money as a tool to bring in more money back to you. We're talking about shifting mindset and getting educated. And so some people, you get paid and the money goes out immediately to bills, expenses, liabilities. I get paid, I get income, I start searching for assets. Okay, let me invest a little bit more over here. A couple weeks ago on Coach Steele's finance training, we talked about dividend stocks. You invest in dividend stocks and you can get paid monthly or quarterly. You can make dividends. Some of those dividends you initially get might only be 10 cents. It might be 20 cents. It may be $2. It may be $5. Guess what? As you continue to invest, as you can continue to do what I call DCA, dollar cost averaging, your investment will grow and your dividends that you receive will grow in size as well. But guess what? You have to start somewhere. So get a high yield interest savings account, click the link, start that up. If you're looking for dividend stocks, I have a link for M1 Finance. You can click that link, open up that account as well. Start putting maybe $20 a month, $25 a month, whatever it is. Start small, work your way up. And then you can dive into some other asset classes where it may cost a little bit more to dive in and invest. And so some of these asset classes, you don't even always have to use your own money. You don't need money to dive into real estate. You don't especially need your own money to dive into real estate investing. So you have to read the right books. You have to watch the right content. As y'all are tuned in to Coach Steele's finance training, that's one of the things you're doing now, as far as being suited for financial success and shifting your mindset. Watching the right content, being in the right environment where people are encouraging you to grow financially. People are encouraging you, giving you good, solid, quality information. So make sure as you're tuning in to Coach Steele's finance training, and we're talking about being suited for success, financial success, make sure you share the live as you're tuning in. And y'all can always go to my website and you'll see the ticker down there at the bottom, www.steelsfinanceacademy.com. Make sure you go to my website, click on shop, and go get you a cool t-shirt. Make money multitask t-shirt. We see the money man investing in different asset classes. I want to make sure that y'all go ahead and patronize me and enjoy that as well. So if you have any questions about the t-shirt or going to the website, getting services, you can email me as well. You'll see my email address down there at the bottom of the ticker. So when we're talking about being suited for financial success, guys, make sure you start practice. Number two, I gave y'all number one. It was mindset and education. Number two, you want to look at budgeting basics. When you're being suited for financial success, you want to look at your budgeting basics. And are you even doing that right? If you truly want to grow wealth, if you truly want to be consistent with investing every single month, consistently, you got to have the budgeting basics down pat. And you need to start practicing on how to track your money, your income, what you have coming in. All of those things matter. And most importantly, you also need to track what is going out. Once you do that and we have a good baseline, then you know what you're working with. Otherwise, you're just kind of lying to yourself with the success you want to have if you can't track what you have coming in and going out. A lot of people hate the word budgeting, but anytime you're tracking what you have coming in and going out, that's what I mean by budgeting. And so I like this young man that I used to work with and coach named Mike Ferrier. Mike Ferrier, when we talk about how do we improve our financial situation so we can have more money at the end of the month, I always tell everyone, go look at your budget. Look at what you have coming in and going out. Maybe you need to get rid of some things. Maybe you need to cut some things off or get rid of some subscriptions. But Mike Ferrier always says, or you can go find another way on how to make some money. Whether you go get a part-time job, whether you get, cutting grass, mowing lawns, which is the same thing, raking leaves, washing cars, you name it, you can find another creative way, work harder, put in some overtime to make some extra money to have more money left over at the end of the month. And even after you do that, you still got to come back to that budget and evaluate everything. Otherwise, you'll just spend that extra money. That's the only thing that happened. Anybody ever did a bunch of extra hours, overtime and all of that at work, and then they still seem like they didn't have enough? Or the other part, all the extra overtime you do, Uncle Sam still took a chunk of taxes out of that. So you did a lot, but it didn't show as being worth a lot of that extra time. But if you do something on the side for yourself, you get to set the price, you get to negotiate, and you get to decide when you pay the taxes on that money, or find a creative way legally to not have to pay taxes by following the tax laws and structures as a business owner, because you may have an opportunity to write off certain losses. Anyway, I'm not a tax professional, so definitely go see a tax professional for that. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys, and y'all are tuning in to Coach Steele's Finance Training. Number 3, how do we get suited for financial success? We have to earn money the right way. If you truly want to be suited for financial success in the present and the future, make sure you're making money the right way. Trying to take shortcuts and doing some stuff that you shouldn't do, it's not worth it. In that comment section, go ahead and write, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to try to go make money the wrong way. It will backfire. And you're probably going to end up having to pay some type of fee, legal fees, consequences. So whatever money you made, you're going to end up giving it back, and you will have wasted a lot of time where you could have been making progress. And so make sure we're making money and earning money the right way. You want to have financial success. And so we are suited. You on today, you have been chosen. You have been designated. You are suited for financial success. It doesn't matter what someone else thinks or what somebody else may have told you that doesn't line up with what I'm saying today. I'm letting you know you are suited for financial success. And so we got to make sure that we're earning money the right way. If we're not, then cut out making money the wrong way and get on track with doing it the right way. And when we're making money the right way, we have our budgeting basics and we have our mindset in the right place. Guess what? Number 4, saving and investing early. Then we can start saving and investing. And then we can start using the power of compound interest on our side. And so how can you save and invest? I just told you earlier, find the right asset classes. Start off putting that money in a high yield interest savings account. Start studying what is compound interest. How can I use the power of compound interest to my advantage? And you all know sometimes on Coach Steele's Finance Training, I'll share my screen. I'll let you all see the calculator and the power of compound interest. I don't think I'll do that today, but you can always go back and watch one of the other videos where I do that so you can understand. Learn about Roth IRAs. And of course, like I mentioned, start buying stocks, solid stocks that are going to increase in value, that are going to continue to grow, that have been strong staples in the stock market for years and years. And so you want to start investing and doing research on how to invest in the stock market. Also, if you want to start saving and investing, start studying real estate investing and the different ways to invest in real estate. And there's so many different ways to invest in real estate that I mentioned earlier. You can even be a silent investor where you can invest in real estate, but you don't have to even go chase the deal. You just find a great real estate investor who is consistent with paying their silent investors back out, being able to get them their money, and you can invest in real estate that way as well. And so another course way to learn about saving and investing is continue to study financial literacy. So that was number 4. And we're going to get through number 5 next. Number 5, we got to spend smart or you'll go broke. So how do you get suited for financial success? Number 5, spend smart or go broke. And there's so many people that we know in America that just decided not to be smart with their spending and they end up going broke. Why? Because people start buying more wants than needs. They start taking care of everything that they wanted and they desired instead of getting and maintaining what they actually needed in life. Some of those 4 or 5 basic things that we need in life, which is like food/water, shelter, transportation, and usually like utilities. And so those are some of the basic necessities that we need in life. And so you have to focus on those before you start going to chase the wants. And because the wants will deplete your money if you're not financially strong. Now, of course, if you're doing all the right things and you have your needs taken care of, you have your priorities taken care of, and you're maintaining, you're budgeting properly, you know what you have coming in, going out, you've designated, okay, a certain percentage of my budget is going to this, I'm investing wisely, then yeah, you can start grabbing some of those. But sometimes people don't prioritize properly and they start chasing wants before they take care of the needs, before they start paying their future self, before they start investing wisely. And so the reason why people chase wants, in my opinion, is because they don't have delayed gratification. They want it right now. The microwave mentality, microwave generation, people start wanting something now instead of being patient to set up what they want. And of course, here on Coach Steele's Finance Training, I've told the story many times before. I wanted a certain size house, but I had delayed gratification. I waited. I bought a starter house, what I call a starter house. And so that starter house had the basics. And I lived there for a few years. We paid the house off, so we didn't have any debt. And then what I did was we moved out of the house, but I didn't sell the house. I put a tenant in the house. And so when the tenant paid me rent, it paid for the new house that I moved in. And so that first house was like 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom. The new house that I moved into was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. And so as the tenant paid me rent, it helped pay the mortgage on the new house. Because I was patient and I had delayed gratification, now I had created an asset that would pay for a liability. And long story short, that new house, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage, I ended up renting that one out as well when I moved out of it. I'm being strategic. I'm creating multiple assets that used to be liabilities. And so if you can have delayed gratification, you can have what you want and someone else will pay for it. So keep that nugget for yourself. And so something else you can do as far as spending smart is compare prices. Avoid impulse buying. One of our listeners here on Coach Steele's Finance Training, Kashana Johnson, she always talks about how she's very thrifty when she goes to buy clothes and how she's strategic. Another person that I work with, Miss Lisa, she's very strategic with buying groceries. Like, she's awesome because she does very good with couponing. And there's times where she'll end up getting a lot of stuff for free. And because she's thrifty, because she coupons, she's able to give things away and give back. So sometimes when you're spending smart so you don't go broke, you're actually spending smart so that you can help other people that actually may be broke, or people that are less fortunate and don't have enough to maintain themselves. And so Miss Lisa, she is awesome because she also takes time out, and I know she would never talk or brag about this, but she takes time out when people are homeless and they don't have, because she spends smart, she's able to help those that are less fortunate, those that are homeless, that don't have enough for themselves. And so when we are wise with our money, it's not just about us. It's not just for us, but we have to go sometimes to the highways and byways, orphanages, nursing homes, and be able to give back and help people that cannot help themselves. And that's the benefit when we live below our means and we start being wise and spending less than what we have coming in, which means if you have $10,000 coming in every month, then we're going to spend less than that so we can have some extra left over. And so in America, we know there are tons of stars, athletes, and people that are super famous that was worth millions of dollars or had millions of dollars and went broke because they weren't wise, or they didn't pay attention. They were partying too much, or they were gambling too much, or they had entourages with them and they were paying for everything and they weren't being financially responsible, or they didn't pay their taxes and they were backed up on taxes. And so we have to be wise and spend smart. And so, guys, last thing, number 6, that I want you all to do if you want to be suited for financial success is educate yourself on credit cards and loans, whether it comes in the form of student loans, DSCR loans, commercial loans, you name it, personal loans. Educate yourself on that stuff before you sign on the dotted line. And guys, we're getting very close to the end. We've been live for about 31 minutes. I told you all I have to cut it short on today because I have a great opportunity today. I get to go talk to the young people in the county that I live in the city that I live in. And we're talking to them today as well about being suited for financial success. And so this program is called Tied to Success. And they asked me to come out and speak at their event. They're doing classroom rotations. And so there's going to be 3 groups. And so I get to teach my class 3 times on today. And so I'm super pumped. You all be praying for me and be praying for those young men that are coming into my classroom today, ages 12 to 18. We're going to mold and shape the next generation of young men to have financial success and show them how to be suited for financial success. Now, if you have an event or something that you would like me to speak at, make sure you go to my website, which is down there at the bottom of the ticker. That way you can fill out a speaker's request. That way we can connect, we can conduct business, do it the right way, and make sure that I can get scheduled to come speak at your event, whatever it is, whether it's financial literacy, whether it's you need your group, your company, whatever it is, to learn about certain things or to just be motivated in life to push forward or to press forward with accomplishing their goals. So definitely make sure you reach out to me there. But like I said, educate yourself on debt and how to eliminate debt. If you don't know how to eliminate debt and you've been struggling, once again, reach out to me, and that's something that we can go over and I can see how it's possible for me to be able to help you in that area. And so on my website, there is a link to my calendar. That way you can also schedule appointments as well. And so sometimes I forget to mention that as we're here on Coach Steele's Finance Training. I'm so busy teaching that I forget to tell people to schedule appointments with me by going through the website. So anyway, I appreciate each and every person for tuning in on today to Coach Steele's Finance Training. I had an awesome time with you all talking about being suited for financial success. Make sure you all go to and subscribe to the YouTube channel on Coach Steele's Finance Training. You'll find a lot of great content, information on there. When you click on the live tab, go back and watch some of those old videos. Facebook will delete them, but YouTube, all of the videos are there, and the shorts. You'll find short, less than a minute excerpts with me talking about certain things as well. You can go back and watch those videos. I'm interested in your thoughts and your comments on today about what it means to be suited for financial success. What did you learn today? And what are some things that you're going to do to improve yourself to be better suited for financial success on today? Once again, I am Coach Steele, and you're here at Coach Steele's Finance Training, and I'm excited about this event on today with these young people. I am going to turn up and I'm going to get them motivated about being financially successful. If you got young people, it's probably not too late. If you're listening to this, the event starts at like 10 o'clock. you can rush down and get these young men to Live Oak in Hinesville, Georgia. Maybe it's not too late to get them registered. You can always find out. But definitely make sure you get your face in the place. Come to Live Oak in Hinesville, Georgia for the event. Get those young men registered, ages 12 to 18, and they can come be in my class. And maybe they'll come back to the house and give mom or dad some education on financial literacy. Once again, make sure you go to my website, go patronize me, go get you a t-shirt, make money, multitask. Not only do you wear it, but then you actually do it in real life. You all be blessed. And